Good morning. I am just putting out a quick message for the Mars opposition to Pluto. So what's going on here is that Mars is in Cancer and Pluto is in Capricorn, but it's in retrograded energy. Retrograded energy to me always feels like it's a delayed reaction or it's resting. Pluto is about the transformations, death, rebirth, life, phoenix, okay? Capricorn is all about getting up to the top of the mountain, achieving with discipline, and then we have the other thing that we have is Mars is in Cancer. It doesn't like to be in Cancer's energy because Cancer is a loving, supportive, vulnerable. Mars is all about the aggression and all about the action and the way that we take on our attack mode is basically when it is in Cancer. Mars is actually more of a nurturing and support type of a action. I always compare it to the field, like when we're at war. Mars in Cancer would be more of like the medic who is taking care of the injured on the field. So remember that they need to be protected so they can work, and then also they need to be aware and protected even if they are being protected, they're still watching to make sure that they're protected. Okay, so this is a very vulnerable state that we're in. We have a Pluto retrograde in Capricorn that has been acting as the destruction and the pulling out of the truth of politics the whole entire time that it's been in Capricorn. It's been pulling more and more information that's been surfacing, right? And then we have Mars, who is, again, in Cancer's energy, is going to be more about putting into action, but also facing your vulnerability at the same time. And it's not going to feel so great. So today is Saturday and also on Sunday. We're having this Mars opposite Pluto, and the feeling, if it doesn't hit you today or tomorrow, it's still going to be some type of Cancer dealing with home, Capricorn dealing with work, Pluto dealing with the Phoenix energy, the death and full rebirth. And then you have Mars with the action, right? So you have to think of it in your terms. Where is Cancer in your chart? Where is Capricorn in your chart? Pluto being in what house matters. Right now in retrograde, it's kind of taking its relaxing break of its intensity. But Mars in Cancer is vulnerable. So there may be types of feelings of like breakups and types of like quitting your job. Things that are like instantaneously going to affect you are most likely going to be happening during this transit. This is a pretty big transit that because Pluto's in retrograde, it shouldn't be, I don't feel that it should be so impacted depending on your chart. Again, I'm coming from an interception that I have with Cancer and Capricorn. But this Pluto is squaring my natal Pluto, and it hasn't been feeling that great. This Mars, and Venus is like just new to the Cancer energy. So I feel if you do have a Mars chart ruler or even sub ruler indicating Scorpio or Aries, also with the energy of Earth and the energy of water. So this is body and soul energy that we're dealing with here. There is the bosses that I consider the cardinal signs. I also consider them the present moments that we're living in. They also have to do with being starters of something. And these are all pretty much just like words that I kind of want you to use your intuition to kind of picture out what it could feel like for you. Just thinking about like if it's in the 1st and 7th house type of a feel, this would be like if you had a Capricorn rising or a Cancer rising, for sure. I already said Scorpio. I always feel Scorpio with Pluto, no matter what, but also with it being the subruler Mars. Obviously, Cancer, Capricorn, Scorpio. I also want to say their opposites can be affected as well. So now I'm looking at Taurus risings, and I'm looking at who else? Well, it would be the Capricorn risings, the Cancer risings, the Scorpio risings, and the Aries risings. The Aries maybe not as much on the outward, but it would definitely be on the inside relationships of self or with others. With a Taurus rising, the same, because this is all underneath the horizon. Anything above the horizon is going to be from your 7th house till your 12th house, and those are public. Okay, so if you have Mars in your 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, and 12th house, right now, I would say that the action would be more pulled towards it. And it's only because that Pluto in retrograde is that inner work that you're doing. If it's reversed, where your Pluto is in Capricorn and Capricorn's in your 7th to the 12th house, I would definitely say that the action is going to be on your nurturing and support that you have to give. And it might be something that you have to do with, sometimes I always want to say like it has to do with a type of a transformation to your higher self, but it also can have a transformation to a part of you who's always been good, and now you have to do something that you don't want to do. I think ethics here. I feel ethics. Ethical decisions are going to be made. And again, with an opposition, you're still going to be looking at that outer and inner, that outer self and that inner self, that private self, and then that public self. So everybody's going to be dealing with it in their own way. Just be very cautious today and tomorrow. And it's more of like just being more aware of your own feelings and the outer energies that are around you. Okay, and that's pretty much what this eclipse project has been as well. We've been doing a lot of mind versus body and how to understand the difference of the two being in the same. Yeah, that's all I can really think of right now. I did just want to put this out there because it is Mars opposition to Pluto, and it is a big deal. And I hope everything is transformational in a good way. I really feel like these energies, as badass as they are, can still be so empowering to go through, and really transform us into better people. So I hope you have a great weekend. I know it's going to be hot everywhere. And I will catch up with you guys. I believe on Tuesday is going to be a day that we're going to maybe go live. We haven't discussed everything yet, but yeah, if you guys have any questions about the the eclipse season project, please comment and I will lead you the way. Okay, we have intentions and mantras. We have new intentions and mantras that we're working on as well, and we're going to be going in through mostly today and tomorrow that private self versus that public self, or that private relationship and that public relationship, or that public self in a private relationship type of deal. Yeah. Self-awareness would be opposing the, like, so if it's in your first to third house, this is your private self, and you're going to the opposite, which is your public relationships. If your Mars or Pluto is in your your fourth to sixth house, that's the second quadrant. That is going to be your private self, or private relationships, opposing your public self. So it's very important to know. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be irritating, so I'll have to catch up with you guys.